Ready for today's deep dive? We're going to be exploring a pretty interesting pathway, especially for young Africans looking at opportunities abroad.
Sounds
It
exciting.
is. We're diving into the UK's health and care worker visa. And, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill work permit.
Right.
This is more like imagine a system that's not just saying come work here, but potentially come build a whole new life. Pretty intriguing, huh?
Definitely. And I think a lot of people are curious about how this whole system works, what it means for them.
Absolutely. And luckily, we've got our expert here to break it all down. So let's get right into it.
Okay, great.
One of the things that really stands out to me about this visa is how targeted it is.
Hmm.
The UK clearly needs skilled healthcare professionals, and they've created this program to attract that talent.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
They get the skilled workers their healthcare system needs, and you get the chance to grow professionally, maybe even personally, in a new country.
Now, let's talk about who can actually apply for this visa. What are the eligibility requirements?
Well, first and foremost, you've got to be a qualified healthcare professional. Think doctors, nurses, anyone working in adult social care.
Okay, so specific skills, specific experience. Got it.
Exactly. And on top of that, you need a genuine job offer from an approved UK employer. Can't just be any job. It has to be a relevant healthcare role. Oh, and of course you have to be able to prove you can speak English well.
So not as simple as just deciding I'm moving to the UK. You need that job lined up first. And speaking of jobs, I'm seeing this certificate of sponsorship mentioned a lot. What is that all about?
Ah, yes, that's your golden ticket. It's basically official confirmation from the UK government. It validates your job offer, makes sure it meets all the visa requirements. Think of it as proof that everything is legitimate.
Got it. So it's a way to protect both sides, make sure no one's being taken advantage of. You can't just have anyone offering you a job. It has to be the real deal, approved and everything. And you need this certificate before you even apply for the visa itself, right?
Absolutely. No certificate, no visa application. That's just how it works.
Okay, so there are definitely hoops to jump through. But I get it. It makes sense when you're talking about potentially moving to a whole new country.
Definitely.
Now, something else that caught my eye is the mention of 5 years. Is there something special about that time frame?
Oh, yeah, this is where things get really interesting. So, the visa itself lasts for up to 5 years. You can renew it as long as you still meet the requirements. But here's the exciting part. After those 5 years, you're eligible to apply for something pretty life-changing:
Oh, do tell.
permanent residency, or indefinite leave to remain, as they call it in the UK.
Wow. That's a game changer. You're not just working there anymore. You're basically putting down roots, becoming part of the community.
Yeah.
So what does that actually look like? What does permanent residency mean?
Basically, you get the right to live, work, study in the UK for as long as you want. And you can even access some of their benefits. It's a big step, gives you that stability and feeling of belonging.
I can see why this visa is so appealing. But let's talk about the nitty-gritty, the application process itself. What does that actually involve?
Well, the good news is it's all online. You'll need to gather all the necessary documents, prove who you are, and show that you have enough savings to support yourself at the beginning. They want to see you can stand on your own 2 feet, financially speaking.
So even though you wouldn't be immediately eligible for most UK benefits, they want to make sure you can manage financially, at least initially.
Exactly. It's all about having that safety net, especially in those first few months. But here's a nice bonus. There's no healthcare surcharge for this particular visa. Saves you a bit of money right there.
Oh, that is good to know.
Hmm.
So while they want you to be self-sufficient, they're also trying to make things a little easier. What other costs are we looking at here?
Well, there's the application fee, of course. But apart from that, improving you're financially stable, it really comes down to your qualifications and the legitimacy of that job offer.
Right. So we've talked about the why, the how, but let's get to the what now. Let's say you get the visa. What are you actually allowed to do in the UK besides working in your specific healthcare role?
Well, of course, the main focus is contributing your skills to their healthcare system, but it's not just limited to that. You can volunteer, you can even study if you want to,
Yeah.
and you can travel in and out of the UK freely. So visiting family back home or maybe exploring other parts of Europe is definitely on the table.
Wow. That's more flexibility than I expected. Sounds like this visa opens doors to a pretty well-rounded experience, not just a work one.
Exactly. And another great thing is if you have a family, they can apply to come with you as dependents, as long as they meet the criteria, of course.
So it's not just about your journey, it's about potential opportunities for your loved ones too. That's fantastic. But I have to ask, are there any limitations or restrictions that come with this visa?
Of course, every visa program has its boundaries. For example, you wouldn't be eligible for most UK benefits or the state pension right away. There are residency requirements for those. And importantly, you can't just hop between jobs whenever you feel like it. Any changes to your employment, you gotta update your visa.
So there's definitely a level of commitment involved. It's about dedicating yourself to working within the UK healthcare system.
Exactly. This visa is really for those who are passionate about contributing to the UK's healthcare sector and see it as a potentially long-term opportunity.
It really does seem like this health and care worker visa offers a structured and potentially life-changing pathway,
Mm.
for skilled healthcare professionals to not just work in the UK, but potentially build a whole life there. It takes effort, it takes dedication, but the rewards could be pretty incredible.
That's a great summary. But it's important to remember this is just a starting point. You'll need to do your own research and make sure this path really aligns with your goals and qualifications.
And speaking of personalized guidance, there's a fantastic resource that comes to mind, Immigration Bridging Academy. Immigration Bridging Academy. It sounds like a bridge between, what you want to do and actually making it happen. What exactly do they do?
Well, they're all about helping people like you navigate this whole immigration thing, especially when it comes to the UK. They provide resources, support, expert advice, really the whole package.
So they're not just focused on getting you a visa, they're actually invested in making sure you succeed, helping you make those big decisions about your future. So for listeners out there who are thinking, hey, this UK health and care worker visa, this could be my chance, how can Immigration Bridging Academy help them turn that thought into action?
Well, they offer a whole range of services. It all depends on your individual needs. They can help you figure out if you even qualify for the visa, guide you through that application process, which can be pretty overwhelming, let's be honest, and even help you find a job offer and prepare for the actual move.
Okay, so it's a pretty holistic approach, making that transition as smooth as possible. That's got to be reassuring, especially when you're dealing with something as big as immigration. It's not just about paperwork, right? It's about life changes, adjusting to a new culture. Sounds like Immigration Bridging Academy provides a really crucial support system.
Absolutely. They get it. This is a huge life decision, and they're there to make it easier every step of the way.
Now, you're not directly affiliated with Immigration Bridging Academy, but you clearly know a lot about them. What would you say sets them apart from other organizations in this field?
For me, it's their commitment to being transparent and ethical. They're not just about getting people visas. They genuinely want to empower people to make the best choices for themselves. So they give you clear, honest information, help you weigh the pros and cons of different paths so you can make a smart decision that works for you in the long run.
So no sugarcoating. It's about presenting a realistic picture of what it takes to actually work and live in the UK. That's got to be important for setting realistic expectations.
For sure, you got to go into this with your eyes wide open, understanding both the amazing opportunities and the challenges. And Immigration Bridging Academy helps you do that.
I bet they have so many stories of people whose lives they've helped transform through this program. Any examples that come to mind?
Oh, tons. One that sticks out is this young nurse from Kenya. She worked with Immigration Bridging Academy, got a position at a great hospital in London, and now she's killing it in her career, contributing her skills while building a whole new life for herself abroad.
That's amazing. Real people, real dreams, real opportunities coming true. It's proof that this pathway can really open doors.
Yeah, it's just one example, but they've helped so many healthcare professionals from all across Africa find fulfilling careers and new beginnings in the UK. It's all about creating possibilities that maybe seemed impossible before.
This is starting to feel less like a visa application and more like a passport to a world of possibilities. But let's get practical for a moment. For our listeners who are thinking, okay, I'm intrigued, I want to find out more, what's the first step? What should they do?
It's easy. Just reach out to Immigration Bridging Academy. They offer free consultations, no pressure. They'll talk about your specific situation, see if you'd qualify for the program, answer any questions you have. It's a great way to get information and see if this is the right path for you.
So it's a chance to chat with experts, explore those options, and all without any commitment. That makes the pressure off. What kind of questions should someone be prepared to ask during that free consultation? What information would be helpful for them to have?
Think about what you want to know, your qualifications, your work experience, and most importantly, what are your goals? Are you looking for a short-term work experience in the UK, or are you thinking about settling there permanently? What are your salary expectations? Do you have any concerns about adapting to a new culture? Bring all those questions.
So it's not just them evaluating you, you're evaluating the program too. It's a two-way street.
Exactly. Immigration Bridging Academy wants to make sure it's a good fit for everyone involved. It's a partnership.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. We've been exploring the UK's Health and Care Worker Visa. This is a program specifically for skilled healthcare professionals like you, and it gives you a chance to work and maybe even build a life in the UK. It takes work, it takes commitment, but the potential rewards, huge. And to help guide you through all of it, we have Immigration Bridging Academy. They provide support, guidance, and even free consultations, so you can see if this path is the one for you.
It's like taking that first step on a journey you've always dreamed of. It might seem scary at first, but each step you take, you get more confident, you see new things, and you realize you're capable of way more than you thought.
I like that. It's not just about the destination, it's about how you grow along the way. Who knows, maybe someone listening right now is thinking, hey, maybe this is for me.
I hope so. It's always great to see people take that leap of faith and chase their dreams, especially when it means using their skills to do some good in the world.
Even if this specific path isn't the right fit for everyone listening, just exploring it can open up new perspectives and new possibilities.
Right.
It's all about expanding our horizons and making good choices about our lives.
Couldn't agree more. The more we know about the opportunities out there, the better choices we can make. Choices that fit our goals and what we believe in.
Well said. So to everyone listening, especially our healthcare professionals out there, the ones with a passion for their work and a desire to explore new horizons, I say go for it. Take that first step. Look into the UK Health and Care Worker Visa, get in touch with Immigration Bridging Academy, and see what happens. You never know what amazing opportunities might be waiting for you.
Don't forget, every journey starts with a single step. And sometimes that one step can lead to a whole world of possibilities you never even imagined.
Perfectly put. And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive for today. We hope you've learned some valuable things, maybe got a fresh perspective on your future, and a renewed sense of possibility. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.